So, since there's so many of y'all on here talking about go back to Africa, you should go, blah, 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 I decided to ask ChatGPT, Chat, what would happen if all Black Americans left the U.S. and returned to Africa? And one thing ChatGPT do not do is lie, baby. So this is what ChatGPT said. This is food for thought for everybody who's saying go back to Africa. So first, Black Americans make up 14% of the U.S. population and contribute significantly to healthcare, education, sports, entertainment, government. And a sudden departure would create significant labor shortages. That's one. 2, Black Americans contribute over $1.7 trillion annually to the U.S. economy. A departure like that would create a sudden loss of economic power. 3, Black-owned businesses, which employ millions of Americans, would shut down or relocate, shifting the wealth to whatever country all of us went to. Number 4. Now this one gonna really piss you off. Loss of cultural influence. Black Americans, and I quote, Black Americans have shaped U.S. culture through jazz, hip-hop, and blues, fashion, language, and sports. Their departure would significantly alter America's cultural identity. Of course, we know that there will be a shift in elections, particularly for the Democratic Party. There won't be a need for NAACP and Black Lives Matter. But here's where it gets good again. A decline in innovation. Blacks foster creativity and innovation. The loss of racial diversity could slow technological advances. See, y'all ancestors ain't tell y'all how sick y'all was. See, y'all, before y'all found us, y'all was fighting each other. See, ain't nobody passed that information on to y'all. Y'all don't know about all that. See, our people passed information on. Y'all people didn't. Y'all wanted to be lost in translation, but we know.
Welcome again to my channel. There's this trending story that is trending everywhere on social media right now. And I thought my fans deserve to know the story. You guys deserve to hear the story, and that's why I'm bringing you, like I promised you guys, whatever is not trending, I'm not going to bring to you guys, but whatever is hot and trending is what I'll bring to you. Do you know that a lot of Black Americans are saying that they want to go back to Africa? And Americans are saying, hey, they should go. Hey, they should go back, And this lady, from the intro that we just watched, she was like, if we Black Americans should leave America, this is what is going to happen. And she began to list everything that is going to happen in America in terms of the economy of America and some of the things, side effects that is going to happen to America. And there are other views that say these other things and this are going to happen. But hey, when we consider the effect of Black Americans, how impactful. Who are the people working in America? Let's break it down. Who are the people working in America? So from there, we can actually tell. But I don't want to say more than I've said already, because I know this story is very interesting. And I've got a couple of videos put together for you guys to watch, so that after you watch, we can start the conversation as to Black Americans leaving America. What is going to be the effect? How is it going to be like? Will Africa develop? These are the questions that we're going to be talking about when we have watched this video. Don't go nowhere. Credits are given to the original content creator in this video. And of course, if you love this great content, do want to subscribe and share and like my videos. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
As an African American living in South Africa with a large platform, I think it's my responsibility to speak up and say that I don't see hate here. I have seen nothing but love and kindness from all of the people that are here in South Africa for the most part. And it's actually been so much love, so much caring and kindness from the people that are here that I relocated. I've been here with my family for almost 2 years now. And the kind of love and acceptance that me and my family have been able to receive here is nothing short of amazing. It's nothing short of miraculous how I was able to leave one country and come to another one and be completely accepted. I am so sick of the rhetoric. I'm so sick of the narrative that we are not on the same page, or we're not equally yoked, or that we're in competition with each other, because in real life, that is not the case. In real life, everything is good here. And it's not because they think that I'm different or even the same as, but just because they respect me as a human and I respect them as humans, and we all get along. Things are good here. I think that a lot of us get wrapped up in social media and start thinking that TikTok beef is real life beef, and that is not the case. This phone, this screen is not real life. The things that are going on in real life every single day are the interactions that you have. If you've never been to Africa, don't speak on how African people are. It doesn't make sense to. And even if you have you visited all 54 countries to be able to say how all of them are? And vice versa. If you over here and you ain't never been over there, why are you speaking on what you think Americans are like or what you think they do? Me and my family and most of the people I know, we don't have no problem either way, back and forth. None of the people I know that are in Africa have problems with Americans, and none of the Americans that I know have problems with people that are in Africa. We need to stop all this negativity and just come together. Like I said, shit that's behind this screen is not real. TikTok is not real. This is social media. People get paid to have beef. People get paid for more views. So of course they're going to post the nastiest things that they can think of and shit that don't even make sense just so they can get more views and get paid more on both sides. What are we fighting about? I don't even understand. What are we fighting about? Matter of fact, what are y'all fighting about? Because I ain't fighting. I'm not fighting with nobody. I love all y'all, and I feel like most of the people here love me, and I'm grateful for that. And I think that if y'all came over here or y'all went over there, we would all see that. But I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
In a perfect kumbaya world, this probably would be the case where Black Americans would be shipped off to West Africa, and the people of West African countries would welcome us with open arms, and we would just be developing and growing and building together, and the advancement would go on to steroids, and everybody would live happily ever after. But history shows much different. Usually when you have 2 different groups that are kind of thrown into the mix together, there's almost always some type of conflict. You have the people who are already at that land and who've already been living the way they've been living. And then you got this other big, massive group of people coming over, and they're going to be trying to change things because they're not going to want to live the way that most people in West Africa live. So Black Americans will be labeled as colonizers because we will be trying to make it more like what we're used to. We're not going to want to live with no electricity and no running water. We're going to want to build up all of that because that's how we're going to want to live. We're not going to want to go over there and live how they live. Right? Rather for if it's by force or if it's by choice. So that's going to create conflict, and you're going to have people who are going to have pushback. There's going to be people who might be envious. And then like what another one of my comments said, it would create like a Gaza-Israel situation where people are going to be fighting over land. And whoever has the strongest military power is the one who's going to win the power over the land. I mean, realistically speaking, civil wars happen all the time, but between ethnic groups, tribal groups, ethnic cleansings have happened throughout history. There's nothing that could be stopping them from doing that to us if we was to go over there. And who's going to protect us? Who's going to save us? We got to go over. If we go over there, we got to play by their rules. We're not going to be saved by any American laws or any worldwide laws. No, you're going to have to play by the rules of their land. And that's not going to be in our favor. I mean, you already got Black Americans over there trying to build up some shit and having their stuff like either like taken over or taken back or built over, like, and there's nothing that they can do about it because once again, you got to play by their rules. And a lot of them don't really have no real laws set in place. So it's kind of like anything goes. Is that what you would really want? I mean, realistically speaking, really think about that.
Or something like that, he may be the first trillionaire to ever exist, right? Kudos to him. Yeah. So economically, like, except for maybe the liquidation of companies such as, I don't know, Cadillac, Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Hennessy, which is a part of the same umbrella company, that LVMH. Yeah, besides some of those sort of brands, I don't think the pain would necessarily be as great as you think. And how do I know this? Because we are currently under the mass migration, we are under the mass deportation of a group of people who we can say are vastly more productive or vastly greater contributors to our economy as far as production goes. Not just the consumption side, right? Consumption is one part of it, and I do believe that there's going to be quite a bit of a squeeze on the consumption side, because Lord knows that if ninjas do anything, it is to buy some they can't afford, right? And that's ninjas in every ethnicity, because they are there in every ethnicity. But as far as this belief that she has that, I mean, it's not even her belief. What am I talking about? She's literally reading it right off the damn thing and knows nothing about what she's actually reading. The healthcare system. Okay, are we talking about the burden on the healthcare system by those who are in the lowest socioeconomic groups, who tax the system, the ones who need the most assistance that taxpayer dollars are going towards? I think that will actually balance itself out. Now, we're talking per capita, of course, because, they like to say, well, more white people are on welfare. More white people are doing X, Y, and Z. Per capita, meaning per person, or by ratio, 1 for 1. It is disproportionate as far as who is actually leeching off of the system as opposed to contributing to it. Now, if we lost, let's say, Chinese Americans, Japanese Americans, Indian Americans, maybe Nigerian Americans, things of that nature, it's going to be tough. I'm not trying to say anything to the white folks who've been. I'm just saying that's going to be felt, because if we look at much of the ingenuity that's taken place, much of what's happening within the STEM fields, etc., a lot of them folks are doing that. They're prioritizing it, and they're doing that. So that's going to be a hell of a squeeze. But I'm telling you right now, unfortunately, the reality of what would actually happen is that
the best decision I made, moving to Africa. Oh, they live in mud huts in Africa. For the ignorant, do my house look like a mud hut? For all my family who want to invest in Africa, come on over. Best move I made. Separation for me. I don't have to live under Mzungus. Build my own, like Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X said. Tanzania, East Africa, Dar es Salaam. See? This is what life about. In your ancestral land. Y'all better come home to Mother Africa. No racism, no stress. Chilling on my patio, looking at the palm trees, having a nice sip. This is what life about, baby. Let that America go.
The truth of the situation is that Africa is going to develop, because when it comes to raw material, when it comes to what is needed, when it comes to money, let me put it that way, the raw material needed is in Africa. And most of these European countries and America, what they use to build their country is actually from Africa. Gold, oil, just name it. Just diamond, just name it. Everything is in Africa. Now imagine if you have Black Americans, those guys that have developed themselves in terms of tech. And when I say Black Americans, I mean every Black person, including Nigerian American, including all the African countries. Just name them. Imagine them leaving America and coming to Africa. What do you think is going to happen? Don't forget the history of Africa. Africa was already developed before the colonial master came. This is a fact and it's everywhere. They just try to rewrite the story of Africa, making it look as if nothing was happening in Africa. But that's going to be another story for another time. But I am telling you emphatically that Africa and Africans are one of the most intellectual people and one of the most technically sound people on the surface of the earth. You can quote me. I'm saying this for a fact. And if you look at what is happening in the world in those advanced countries, there's no way you won't see an African there. You can quote me again. Okay, so they are saying black Americans should leave America and they should go. Fine. It has a side effect. I'm not doubting that. It has a side effect. I'm not doubting that. But when they are saying that Africans or black Americans should leave their country, they are doing Africa good. That's what I feel. Well, if you feel contrary to this is where the conversation needs to start. If you feel that it's not going to be good for Africa or for black Americans to leave America, someone is saying Africa is backward, they don't have light, they don't have this. For crying out loud, when you are coming, you're going to come to the country and let it be the way it is because you're going to contribute your quota. Imagine Africans that are outside of Africa, black Americans, the guys that are the Africans in diaspora. Imagine them leaving and coming back with all the vast experience that they've got over the years. Let me tell you the truth. America can't afford that to happen. We're talking about the Latinos living in America just because of famine and house chores and all that. Look the way America is right now. Just because Latinos left, look at what they are going through. Farmers are crying. They have not recovered and they won't recover because they can't do those jobs that Latinos and all they can't do it. They're how much more the tech, when the sense, the brain that are behind. See, I'm just hoping, I'm doing this video and I'm hoping that will happen. Let all the black Americans go to where they want to go to. And let's see what will become of America, of Europe. Let's see what will become of those places. Let's see what will become of those places. Because I'm sure, I'm convincingly sure that those places will never remain the same again. The real truth about the builders of the society, we will see. It will become evident, it will become vividly clear that the real builders of the society will be obvious for everyone to see. Guys, what do you think about this story? If black Americans were to leave America, what will happen? Let the conversation begin, guys. I don't want to say more than what I've said because this is so interesting topic, and I think there might be a need for me to do part 2 of this video because this is so interesting, and I'm looking forward to what you guys will say, your perception, your views. The truth is, Africans, black Americans, whatever you want to call us, those guys are blessed. We are blessed. Anyone that is black, don't underestimate him. There's a lot of potential locked up on the inside of him. That when he sees a thriving environment, why do you see Africans when they go to America or Europe, why do you see that they blossom, they do well? It is because of what God has given them, what has been deposited on the inside of them. You can't joke with that, guys. Guys, thank you for watching. I want to see your views. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this interesting topic? And let the conversation begin from there. If today is your first time coming across my channel, do well, please, to subscribe to my channel, like my page, and share my video if you love this content because I want it to go everywhere. I want people to get to know about this trending and hot story, African America. If they were to be moved to Africa, what will happen? I'm waiting for your comments, guys. See you around again, and bye-bye.